he can do stuff. I do like IGV's draft a lot better this time around, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I think the the MSS Nature's Prophet is a good last pick. I mean, it's really, I said they were lacking tower pushing. They pick up Bristleback and Nature's Prophet. Now they can actually punish when they do something with the team fight they've set up with Puck and Ancient Apparition. I've got some faith here. I think it might be 2-0 for MP. Suns fan, what are you thinking, buddy?
I don't like either lineup, but after saying that, I really don't like this for Centaur. This does not feel like a Centaur game for me. Ooh, and I know that's not the most important hero, but I don't give a shit.
I mean, that's
crazy. I'm thinking NP.
It's crazy to hear you say that, though.
It must really be a bad game for Centaur.
If I was Centaur, I would not want to play in this game.
That's fair.
I would have asked for a different hero, I think.
Get me out.
But who knows?
All right. Well, the benefit of Centaur is like you get there's not a ton of lockdown on NP, so if you get a really good Stampede initiation, it can be brutal for NP to deal with.
All right, we are going to get into it. It is going to be game number 2 between NP and IG Vitality. The biggest thing that I think we should probably talk about, we've seen a fair bit of Nature's Prophet recently, at least in the NA scene, Andy, but what do you think about this hero and the last pick for NP?
I think that this is probably in a 1v1 against a lone druid, which is potentially what we could see. Depends on how active the supports on IGV are. But if it does end up being the case, they're giving MSS the flexibility to go 1v1, because you can just send trees at the lone druid. Then a lone druid sends his bear at you, and it's like a kind of ring around the rosy nonsense. Right. But yeah, if he starts losing the lane, he can actually jungle, and then TP wherever he's needed to turn fights. So I think it's alright. I also think it fits into MP's playstyle, which is they don't really like going all in. They just want to have something else going on in the map like all the time. I think having him on a Puck or having him on a Nature's Prophet kind of speaks to that.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm a bit I think the late game potential for IGV with a Lone Druid and an Ember Spirit is a bit sketchy against a Bristleback as well as a Nature's Prophet. I know it's not as cut and dry as that, as AUI 2000 is about to be dead. Burrow Strike along with the cast, the Stomp, he is absolutely 100% dead. That is first blood going to dogfights even. Pretty good stuff. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm a bit curious as to see the late game potential from NP. But again, it's not that cut and dry where it's just, they don't have late game heroes and IGV does. It's a bit different than that.
Like I said earlier, I do like the draft of IGV much better this game than in the game number 1. And they get the first blood too, so power to them. Looks like for the time being, it's just going to be some aggro try against Envy.
Yep.
And I don't think that, this is the kind of situation that you don't want to be in AA. Because this is a lineup that can run under the tower and just murder you.
Yeah, and even the Bristleback too. Usually when you're Bristleback, you're tanky, but you require a couple of levels to actually do what you want to do. So aggro trying against this Bristleback early on in the game is going to be a bit tough for Envy to find farm potentially. And as you mentioned, AUI 2000 is just going to potentially die a lot if he's not careful. He's even holding the skill point too.
It's a bit of a struggle. I mean, there's not really a skill point that he can get that's going to really change how this lane plays out. If dogfights and super continue to sit here, they're gonna suffer. But at the same time, it does mean that there's gonna be like a roaming Nyx going around the map, picking up bounty runes and stuff. And it also means that MSS is gonna be getting a little bit more out of his lane.
Yeah, we already saw the Lone Druid getting run out a little bit. Good news for Envy top lane, the lane is pushed in. They can't really take care of him. Also good news, Fata is doing pretty well mid. 10 last hits to the 5 of the Ember Spirit, but now the wave is pushed into the tower. And we'll see him take some damage, though. The Illusory Rope Sakata taking some hits. Regen, he has to use the salve, and he only has one pooled tango left. So we'll keep our eyes peeled. How long, by the way, do you think that IGV keep their supports top? Is it indefinitely? Do you rotate around? Can they rotate around? I mean, they're already about to
I think they can, yeah.
Ooh, can he jump through? Good route, but not there in time. However, Fata will take tower hits. I don't believe dogfights can chase him down, though, even with boots. It's level 1 Burrow Strike, and there's another Jaunt available in 3 seconds if they want it. Highlight will come in, throws up the Impale just to be a nuisance, and dogfights now has to back away. So the rotation does not work out for IG Vitality, at least their first one of the game.
Just trying to pressure the map a little bit. Curious to see the skill build on Fata this game. I've been seeing some pucks go for 4-4-0 and not even like level phase shift against Ember. Because it doesn't really do anything, right? Like, if you phase shift, okay, it's all damage over time. He's either going to hit you with the Searing Chains or he won't.
Right. It's a good point. And then something else we've been seeing, but it's mostly been against Queen of Pains, has been Maxine Waning Rift first. Hold that thought, AUI is probably dead. Double Edge will clean him up. And that's exactly the danger you were talking about in that top lane. Meanwhile, KYXY almost goes down to Pylai Die. Almost got blocked in by the range creep, but he actually just gets out of the way of KYXY, who will now salve up as his bear chases down Pylai Die in the meantime. So, a couple of action, a little bit of action happening across the map, both top and bottom.
Again, though, KYXY is just getting pressured. You know, he's not able to really do as much as he wants in this lane. He's gonna get stunned here.
Cast. Looks like they will try to sprout him up. Mana burn coming in. KYXY is going to get dropped. One more auto attack. It's actually In July that goes down, or rather gets the kill on Envy top lane. They do end up getting KYXY. Trying to catch both of those kills at the same time, a little bit tough, but both heroes will fall, Envy and KYXY. Okay, so again, this is the pressure getting put on, both in both safe lanes by both teams here.
I think it's a little bit more worrisome for IGV just because of the sole fact that it's a Nature's Prophet. Oh my god, he actually TP'd back into this. He's dead again.
Is he dead? Oh, he's mega dead. He does not see AUI 2000 rotate in. He gets off the cold feet. The bear will go down once more and is now on cooldown for 100 seconds. No bear for 100 seconds for KYXY. That is rough, to say the least. Cask, Envy, under the tower. They're looking for a fight here. Burrow Strike about to come in. They've got the stomp. Quill Spray starting to stack up In July. Might be in trouble if he's not careful. It might be super. There's the Impale. Beautifully done from Pylai Die, and Envy will get the kill as he has level 2 Quill Sprays, and that is too much of a dive against a Bristleback, even with level 1 Bristleback.
So we're looking at a counter kill for NP, a bearless lone druid for over a minute, and the tier 1 of IGV safe lane taking damage. This is not great. That's a level 3 lone druid, Mott.
Yeah.
That's a safe lane level 3 lone druid at 4 minutes.
It's kind of turning into a disaster a little bit. I mean, it could be going a lot worse, I suppose, for IGV, but it's not good. It is not good. He's so sad. He just can't do anything. KYXY is like, well, I don't have my bear now. Oh, he even gets the range creep denied. Rough stuff. And again, for Envy, he's now, I don't want to say caught up. He's still a little bit behind in CS, but he has more CS than In July does. And yeah, he died earlier in the game, but Envy's probably okay with this, I would imagine, Andy.
I think so too, especially given the fact that the lone druid is the one who is supposed to enable IGV's push, right? He's the tower hitter on a team, the dedicated tower hitter. If your tower hitter is not getting any items and isn't winning his lane, it's going to be really hard to hit towers. Envy, by the way. Benny Hill going on here.
He bought his Soul Ring, I believe, and he's in some trouble. Stomp to come through, although In July again. Elusive up, they get the kill. Here comes the Ember Spirit. The Waning Rift is too late. The Remnants come out, and Fata might be in some trouble now with no more Illusory Orb. The Flame Guard going. There's the Searing Chains. No more phase shift. Fairy Fire to come out, and it's the Burrow Strike that gets Sakata the double kill. Okay, so a very good TP coming out from both mid-laners, but one gets the double.
Really nice that they managed to get the Fata kill there. It's needed. I'm happy to see Sakata rotate like pretty much as soon as he gets level 6, realizing that he needs to influence the lanes pretty heavily, I think, here. It's nice to have Ember on your team for this specific reason, and why I like it so much more mid than I like it in the safe lane. Because I just feel like they have a tendency to get way more impact and way more early game levels than the safe lane Embers that we've been seeing.
Right. Yeah, it's been a couple of bad safe lane Ember games recently. Not necessarily the Ember's fault, but not been the easiest matchups where they're in a tri-lane, they're not getting experience. So Sakata roaming in, showing that, of course, the mid-lane Ember Spirit probably the strongest of the bunch, at least in terms of experience. In the meantime, they do take that tier 1 tower down bottom for MSS, so he's got a pretty great game. He's second in net worth only to Sakata, and he's going to continue on to push this bottom lane. They will give Pylai Die a little bit of a free lane in terms of experience, and as long as he can stay alive, he will find it, but that's the question. And NP, again, they have a slight advantage right now, Andy, but we'll see if that continues.
I like the rotations that they're making, though, from NP. You know, they're getting Envy out of the lane. They say, all right, it's time to soak some EXP if you're a support hero. And, you know, if Pylai Die gets dove, this is his sacrificial role.
Oh, he's definitely getting dove. TPs are already coming through. Cannot find his way into the tree line. The Stomp, Dream Coil coming in. They need the Waning Rift. Can he get the Impale off? He cannot. And now Fata is here alone. Looking to find In July. Waning Rift not doing that much damage. He's going to be able to bottle up. But now Tower heading onto dogfights. They were trying to go for this, and they decide against it. Meanwhile, Cicada finds MSS bottom, gets the kill. Envy walking in. Cicada low on mana with no remnants. There's going to be the mana burn, and Pale misses the cold feet. They need this kill. The Ice Vortex is not in time. Envy, can he bring him down? Cicada, he's got 6 wand charges, but he cannot get them off as they were on cooldown. Cicada will fall, and Envy gets the killing spree. He does get MSS, and that'll help him out, but he gives away the kill to Envy.
A much more back and forth game, at least, than game number 1. So IGV lead on kills, but they're still kind of struggling. KYXY, he's level 6 now. He's got a 24 CH, not great. We'll say that, not great.
Yeah,
but you know, he's recovering.
I mean, he is just about as much net worth as the Ancient Apparition, maybe a little bit more. He finally resummons his bear, as it was healing, I think, at the well, but it's not great for sure. Oh.
It seems though, like by design almost, they keep leaving him out to dry. They see 2 heroes in the bottom lane, like, whatever. We're gonna go, you know, top. Envy killing a big stack here too, but I don't know. They just seem to leave him to his own devices a lot of the time.
Yeah, I think it's true. Again, here's the thing though, KYXY is not a part of IGV. Obviously, they would like to have Paparazzi in that one position. He's one of the, if not the top MMR player in the world. He's extraordinarily strong in terms of his play. And again, when you're playing with a stand-in like this, it's a bit tough. So we'll see what happens for KYXY if he can get back into it. It's not easy, but he is a lone druid, so they can maybe find some space for him.
I guess it's all up to Ember, I guess, in the supports. You know, just walk around, try to find whatever you can. Cicada's been going pretty hard here. He's even smoked between the tier 1 and the tier 2 mid.
Yeah, Fata could get dove. Phase shift, nicely done. Waning Rift, and now this could be troublesome. KYXY coming through. They're looking for the jaunt instead. They're going to turn their attention to AUI 2000, but now the cold feet coming through. He's going to get caught and drop down. The Nature's Wrath gets the job done. Burrow Strike from Dogfights will get him out of there in time. Will they lose anybody else? It looks like no, but again, Fata with the anticipation, and really it was kind of telegraphed from Dogfights, just walking up looking for that Burrow Strike. What a phase shift though from Fata.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. The core net worth on NP pretty much says it all. The guy who got tri-laned and tower dove is the #1 net worth. Granted, he had an ancient stack. He's continually stacking the ancients, but all of their cores have relatively the same amount of farm. And then sure, the Centaur's doing pretty well, Cicada's doing pretty well, but then again, lone druid, less net worth than dogfights.
Yeah, that is the problem, right? You need this lone druid to have farm. If he gets a Midas at some point, if he gets a Radiance, that comeback trail is a lot easier, but it's very difficult as it is right now. Cicada looking to try to put some pressure on this tower. Illusory to come through. He can remnant it away. Waning Rift is going to be there in time. They need the Sprout to come out. Looks like Cicada. Oh, Spike Carapace, Impale the Vendetta. Is it enough? He'll get out. It's the mana burn that does the job. And now Dogfight's going to get Dream Coiled and sprouted up. He will go for the TP. Illusory, but he doesn't have enough damage to bring him down. So at least he gets out. But now Envy coming in. The Arcane Rune. The Warpath stacks are up. He's up to 5. Viscous Nizugu starting to get stacked up in Super. He does have wand charges, and he'll probably need to use them. The Impale from Pylai, beautifully done, and he'll get dropped down. Envy will find another kill. Excellent stuff going on for NP as they find a couple of big kills, especially on Cicada. He's back in mid.
They just don't care. They're just going ham.
Cicada? I guess he's fine, Remnant. Will get up to the high ground, taking a lot of damage. Dogfight's coming in now, Super as well. The cast will go through the Maledict. They want this kill. The Stampede, Illusory drops him down. MSS, he will fall. And now the Death Ward will fly through. Envy's taking a lot of damage. Envy needs to be careful. Now Cicada's coming back in. Stick charges have already been used. Fata is nearby with another Illusory Orb and Dream Coil back up in 15. Remnant coming in. Cicada, does he have another one? No, he does not. He does, however, have 14 wand charges, which will be good. And they are making more space for KYXY now, and he is up to his Midas recipe at the least, Andy.
Well, it's something, you know. He's getting there. I just find it. He's like not even participating in fights. It's almost as if they told him to just never ever show in lane and just only be in the jungle all the time.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting thing because, you know, a lot of the time when you see fights like that, a lone druid is going to be like hitting a tier 1 tower somewhere. You know, maybe your hero's not visible, you're sitting like in the tree line, but your bear's hitting the tower because you're level 7 or whatever, and you have demolish, and you're getting some chip damage somewhere because there's no tree in this game. But he's nope, just farming the woods. Just AFK?
Twilight Eye just vendetted on a ward. Unfortunate. Yeah, he also dropped an observer ward towards that ward spot as well. Top lane in the meantime, looking for AUI 2000, who's doing his AUI 2000 thing in terms of just trying to find a space to farm. Dogfights knows he's up there now, as of course the scan will hit. AUI 2000 will throw up the cold feet along with the ice vortex, and it will hit. The stomp comes through. Good spike. Carapace. Cicada rotating up. No, it's MSS. Vendetta Impale coming through. Dogfights. The TP won't be in time in July. Pops the Stampede. He will also pop the Hooded Defiance. The Sprout comes through. He is in some trouble. Yes, he will get AUI 2000, but he's going to get dropped probably as the blink comes in from Fata, who will secure himself a double kill. In the meantime, mid lane, Envy's kind of getting run at here. The Maldic going through. He does have stick charges. Cicada now turning to fight him as well. Envy getting very low. The triple remnant coming through. The Quill sprays! It will take him down in the end, but at least Super gets the kill beforehand. So it is a trade. Cicada for Envy in the top of the net worth battle.
I mean, the trade is... Wait, who died first?
It was
Okay, so Envy died first.
Yes.
Yeah, so Cicada got EXP, I guess. But at the end of the day, you know, they're going to be losing a tower and they trade as well. So NP is still getting like the one-up, I guess, if you want to call it that. I guess Angelai is kind of sticking around here. Maybe he'll be able to
He's
get the
taking a
deny
lot
or
of
something.
damage. Vendetta,
Oh, God.
Impale, Mana Burn. They will get the tower, but I don't know if Angelai is going to die. Cast come through. Ice Blast. Angelai, is he going to get hit by it? I think Angelai is dead, even with the Hooded Defiance.
No, he's got a hood. No, he's fine.
Is it enough? Oh, he's
Yeah,
so
dude,
low.
It's plenty.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, and they get Pilot out of it too. His hood was on cooldown for a moment, and I saw that, but nah, he was able to pop it at the end there. And they're going to lose the Tier 1 tower mid, though. That's the problem. They lose 2 Tier 1 towers, both top and mid, and they give farm bottom to MSS, among other heroes. So, you know, they're kind of getting split up on the map here for IGV, I think, Andy.
Yeah, that's NP's MO. They really like to take these fights and force you to commit a little bit more than you want to. And then somewhere else on the map, you know, MSS is being a nuisance, hitting stuff, or, you know, Pilot dies like Vendetta looking for a gank. It's like all these heroes play into their style so well. The Bristleback is great for Envy because he can, you know, do Envy things and walk into a bunch of heroes and be fine because he's Bristleback. And the rest of his team can abuse the space that's being created elsewhere.
Burrow coming in, Fata. Ice Blast, Dream Coil, Lucerio coming in. Super, Waning Rift coming out. There's going to be the Nature's Wrath on top of it. And Fata getting chased down. Phase Shift coming in, Blink. And they're going to have the root, and he is going to jaunt away, but he's going to go down to that last tick of the Flame Guard and the Searing Chains. So they will at least get in July in the top lane as MSS rotates in with Pili Die. But again, there is a trade there for IGV at the very least, and they take down Fatu, who's one of the top net worth heroes in the game.
Yeah, the puck kills, he's actually died only 2 times. Okay, so I thought he died 3 for some reason, but yeah, only 2 deaths, not too bad. Against Ember and Sand King as well, it's very hard to not give away kills, because these heroes have ways of locking you down, like you can't phase shift when you get the Searing Chains cast on you, and later on when Dogfights gets a Blink Dagger, which is not going to be that far off currently, it's going to be even harder, I think, for him to live during those fights, and that's really the point in time in which IGV, I think, can turn it up a bit. NP have gotten an advantage just due, again, to their lanes being a little bit stronger than IGV's, but it's almost that point in time where Angelai is going to have his Blink too, at about 400. So that's double Blink on 2 stunning heroes. That's going to be a huge power spike to the side of IGV.
Not to mention Radiance is coming a little soon for a KYXY. Super is going to get jumped on, Waning Rift, the Cold Feet. MSS thought about TPing in. They decided against it. Dream Coil will come through. They didn't want to have to use it. Vendetta is still there. They're trying to bait out the Vendetta, kind of. The cask is still going to bounce through, but I don't think they really care. Super just dies. They do have to commit Dream Coil. I don't know if they wanted to, though, is the problem. In the meantime, Spike Carapace coming in. Dogfights is going to be able to Burrow Strike away, and because of that, it means that MSS will not TP in. They couldn't quite get the Impale off in time. And in the meantime, though, there will be a Tier 1 tower push coming in with MSS now TPing in. They'll drop a ward behind the tower, and this Tier 2 might fall here.
I don't even think they're going to defend it. I mean, they glyph, but do they have their blinks yet? Oh, they do. Maybe they do defend this.
Yeah, they have both of them. It's going to go down. Epicenter is getting channeled. Can they leave in time? The Veil comes through.
Ooh.
Fata turning on him instantly. Waning Rift, the Illusory Orb. There's going to be the at least Ice Blast coming in. Is it going to hit Cicada? It will, and he can't go back in now. They will take Dogfights. They're looking to find more, but it's a bit of a bait. As you can see, Cicada is hanging around instead. They're going to try to jump on him. The Waning Rift comes through. Can they kill him? The Stampede is forced out. The Cold Feet is there, but he should be fine. He'll throw a remnant aggressively as well, as now July comes in with a stomp. Super looking for a cast, but he's too slow. The Lone Druid Bear is finally coming in. They don't have Envy while this is all happening, by the way. Pili die. Vendetta up, which means they need to be a bit more careful. Looking for a Vendetta. He's got Spike Carapace in 3 as well. July still sticking around. Here comes Cicada. Vendetta. Impale misses. Veil comes through. Dreamcoil comes out. Stomp comes in from July. The Waning Rift is there. Pili die looks like he will fall. Missing that Impale means they cannot go for that kill, and everybody is there from IGV. Scurrying on away is going to be both Fata and AUI 2000, but I don't know if he can make it out. Blink burrows and Blink stuns.
They're going to lose that way too, I think.
Yeah, he should go down, I would imagine. And there's the tail end of the burrow strike, just ending AUI. And they need a Searing Chains as well, and they should fight it. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains in 3. He is going to die. So, 2 kills coming the way of Cicada, or rather IG Vitality in general. But again, the Tier 2 tower will still fall for NP.
Well, I mean, that's the reveal of the Blink. Dogfight Seppi didn't really connect on anything. They still managed to get a couple of kills walking away from that. But at the end of the day, NP still get the tower. So that's kind of what they came for, objective-based gaming and all that. The pipe is finished, I believe, on NP. It's on the courier, right? Yeah, okay. So they're going to be able to either go for Roche, or they're going to be able to continue to push the tier 2s. And I honestly think that they have high ground potential, even this early on, because there's like trees, there's a pipe on the bristleback. So if IGV aren't careful, and they take a fight and don't win it, and they are like, all these lanes are continually pushing in, again, like top and bottom, always pushed in both games so far. Oh dear God, Owie, not like this.
So dead. Oh my God.
It's okay though, because
Yeah.
NP are getting Roche in.
Yep. Gank has been tanked. That's good news for NP. Pilot looking for the bear mid. Vendetta Impale. They will grab Roche. The bear now turning and getting the root onto Pilot the burrow strike, the jump in, the double edge, the sleight of fist, Searing Chains combination, and now they really want this bear with a couple of close sprays. They will get it with the Dream Coil along with it. Now the Stampede coming in. Orchid coming out from MSS. Now the Remnant 4. They want this kill on that Nature's Prophet. He's pretty tanky with that 250 health talent, but is it going to be enough? The cast comes through, and it doesn't bounce to AUI, though. It just dissipates, and they get the kill on Super. And now the second bear getting chased down by Envy as well. The Waning Rift, the Illusory Orb. This bear is starting to take a lot of damage, and it is going to fall. They're looking instead for Cicada. The Ice Blast. Is he going to make it in time? It will, and he gets the kill in the well. MSS gets in, throws up the Orchid, and all of a sudden, it turns pretty sour for IG Vitality.
That escalated super quickly. Well, I mean, they're going to have Epicenter when the Sand King actually gets mana. So perhaps they can go for the defense? I don't know, though, man. Envy's got a full pipe of Vanguard and an Aegis.
Good luck. It's not going to be easy. They don't want to have to buy back on the Ember, but they don't have the Glyph available for their Tier 3 tower. However, they're not really hitting it right now. Orchid comes out, the Impale to follow up. It misses. Loose Orb coming in. Cold Feet will hit. Here comes that Epicenter onto 2. Ice Blast to follow up. Dogfight does not do enough damage. Envy pops the pipe. And that's Epi now down. Blink Waning Rift. They're going to find the Cold Feet onto Dogfights. He will fall dead for 30. And that Blink Burrow initiation is not there. Super getting chased as well. NP trying to finish this game up. 2-0 is what they want here in this series. But coming in, Cicada does the job. Kills MSS. Looking for more. AUI 2000 still alive. They've got the Silence in July. He should fall, but Cicada's still doing work. MSS buys back. TP's in. He gets the Orc on Cicada, but where's the follow-up damage? Envy isn't there yet. And instead, they'll turn back towards the Tier 3 tower. Searing Chain still going, and Envy, of course, still has that Aegis. In July buys back, and now looking for more. Waning Rift comes in perfectly timed from Fata. Searing Chains, and now the Viscous Steam's Goose stacking up for Envy. He wants this, the Nature's Wrath to fly through, but it looks like they'll have to back up. They're not trying to go too far in. Despite MSS buying back, they cannot get the racks, and they might even find him again. He is in trouble. He already has no jump charge, and it looks like he is going to get caught and killed. The cast to fly out, dead for 60 seconds is MSS, and a dieback going his way. But again, they at least take down the Tier 3 tower in the meantime.
Ooh, I don't know, man. Like, the Tier 3 is really nice because it opens up shrines, but that's a dieback on your Nature's Prophet. That's so much time to push out the lanes. It's going to probably allow KYXY to pick up the Radiance.
One would hope, but if he gets jumped down like this, then that's a
Okay.
problem. Savage Roar will go. KYXY still in trouble, getting chased down, stunned up by the Dream Coil, but Envy does not want to dive the tower. And they get the Radiant Courier. Where did it die? Oh, I don't even know. I can't even click.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, actually. What the heck?
can't even
What just
click.
happened?
Unfortunately.
Alright, well, either way. The lead right now that MP has is only like 1 or 2 team fights really worth of gold. So if they this Aegis runs out. I don't know if they try to force the high ground again. I think they probably just waited out for another Rosh, but see, that's the thing. IGV could potentially contest that one because they're going to have Radiance on the Bear.
Oh my god. Pilot, I actually just lived there. Sorry. That was
that was close.
That was crazy.
Jesus. But I don't know. I'm feeling like IGV are still very much in this game right now.
Right.
It's just a matter of like 1 or 2 fights that go wrong.
Yeah, we've seen it before, even today with Fnatic and Newbie in that first game, but they definitely have a tough road ahead of them for sure. These blink initiations have not been working from Injuly or from dogfights. They've gotten to kill on the Nature's Prophet a few times, but he's going to have a 4-staff soon, and that makes his life a whole lot easier. So, I mean, things are going to get more interesting as we progress further. They still have maybe a minute on the Aegis, but I don't think they're going to do anything with it. It's just not enough.
No, they won't. I think they just want to play the lane game for a while, try not to get picked off. And be going for... Did you say he was going for the AC? But yeah, he'll probably have it by the next time they go for Rosh or push or whatever. They get the top shrine too, they're just going to make their way towards the bottom one. Just getting every little bit of incremental advantage that they can between the Roshan spawns, because it's going to be up in 3.5 minutes, so... Still kind of a scary situation though.
Yeah, going back to what you were talking about. Oh, dogfights. Just goes for the TP.
He's fine.
He's fine, yeah, he's fine. Who was trying to chase him? Fata. He already used his blink, so he couldn't quite find the Dream Coil to cancel the TP. But the one thing I'm worried about for MP would be the Ember Spirit, and he's doing a lot of damage now. And you saw him in that last fight as well mid. He was the one that kind of turned it around, and without him, it's problematic. So that is sort of keeping IGV in. And then, of course, the Lone Druid with the Radiance, as we talked about, he does have it now. And is going to be working on a Hood next, which makes sense given the circumstances of the game.
This is the stage in the game where they have everything they really need. Like, their core items are up. So IGV immediately go for the smoke. This is one of the first times they've had, like, all 3 lanes kind of pushed out a little. Well, not all 3. I guess bottom's being pushed. But the Bear's there. So, you know, the Radiance burn will eventually get it out.
Did they see that smoke on the high ground? Looks like
Envy's in a good spot, though. Okay, maybe not now.
Epicenter going. He's so tanky. He is unbelievably tanky. The Impale, the Ice Blast to come through, the Waiting Rift, they need the Dream Coil. All of a sudden, IGV, can they get Envy at the very least? They'll trade, perhaps. He's still alive somehow, gets forced away, not quite to the high ground, finally gets dropped by the Bear. But it is a 2-for-1 trade, and they're going to find the Lone Druid as well. This stop comes out. It's now a 2-for-2. Can they find KYXY? AUI cannot get this kill. It'll be a 3-for-2 trade. Now Fata coming back in. They want in July. The Orchid coming through. The Soul Burn should be enough to drop him down. He's low. No, he stays alive. It's the pipe that comes through. And now MSS on the other side getting chased down by Cicada. The stop is there, and it looks like they'll take 4 heroes. Cicada getting the double kill, looking for Fata as the 5th. The Searing Chains will miss. Glengardy's going to be able to jaunt away. Still chasing a Cicada. Searing Chains back up in 3. Phase Shift Blink should be ready if he can get out, and he will be able to do so. Fata will not go down, but there is a fight. Even though they lose KYXY in the end, it is still a couple of good trades going their way as they take down Envy first and foremost.
That was honestly the hardest hero to kill, and they managed to take him out. Maledict, man, what a skill. That last hit of Maledict was like 600 damage. It's insane how much he was able to absorb before his team got there. If they had reacted a little bit faster, maybe it would have been a bit more lopsided in favor of NP, but at the end of the day, again, it's like IGV are still definitely in it. And this is with a pretty substantial gold advantage for NP at 26 minutes into the game. Like, AK gold is pretty much 2 mid-tier items, if you want to think about it that way. But for now, IGV just trying to reestablish their map control. They get the lanes going out again, top and mid. You know, KYXY drops there, but, you know, he lived through at least a couple of the kills, I think, and the Radiance is up on the Bear now, so that's going to propel him to another item just that much faster.
All right. We're going to see how this moves into the future for both squads. Rosh is probably going to be the primary focal point for both of these teams. It's back up potentially in 25 seconds. Pilot going to get jumped on. The Spike Carapace will come through. The rest of his team is on the way. Maybe they can try to turn this. It's a haste for Fata. Ice Blast to come out. The Mana Burn is there. There's the Orchid as well. And all of a sudden, Cicada might be in trouble. Dream Coil into dogfights, and here comes Envy. And Cicada has absolutely no mana, but he will have the Stampede, and now they're going to turn their attention towards the major part of this fight. Supers drop down. Can they get anybody else? The Yule Scepter is not there. Fata now going to have to jump away on the other side. Dogfights. sprouted up. The Sandstorm will go. They'll drop the sentry. There's the Orchid, and he's going to get chopped down, it looks like. In July trying to fight this. The Stomp, that'll be into MSS, and he's in some trouble. Here comes Cicada as well. They're trying to fight this. The Illusion to jump through in July. They will get MSS, but Envy is still going to work. The Cold Feet will head up as well. The Vendetta coming in. As long as they have the Coil Sprays, Envy will find more kills. It's the triple kill picked up for him as well. And they're continuing on top of it all. The Eul Scepter coming in. The Ice Blast. That will hit. Now the Viscous Nasal Goo, and KYXY is in trouble. 3 dead. It's going to be 4. The Cold Feet will come out, and he certainly will fall. Fata gets off the Waning Rift. They also find the Elusive and the Impale. He's out of mana. Cicada trying to remnant away, but AUI brings him down. The last auto attack from him gets the double kill. All 5 dead. It is a mega kill spree for Cicada now done, and Envy will head right to the mid lane and into the racks. It is backdoor protected. They need the creeps from bottom to push in a bit further in order to get this building down. They're gonna look for more.
God, Super. You can't be there, bud.
Ooh, dogfights. Nice play. Meanwhile, Envy chasing after Super. He is actually well diving him at this point, or thought about it. Meanwhile, dogfights trying to make it out. The TP not successful. He's dead for 44. What happened, man? All of a sudden, it's just turned completely south for IGV.
The engage needs to go very well. So the initiation needs to be like, the Sand King and the Centaur go in and get a kill on a hero. Even when they found Envy, that's pretty much what happened. By the time the team got there, Envy was more or less dead. But that's not what happened top. They take this engagement and they're not able to really secure a kill on anyone, and then they get dream coiled, and then they have to wait to stampede, and the stampede is used as a defensive maneuver. And at that point, you're on the run. And when you're running away from MP's team, they can hunt you down with a hero like Nature's Prophet and the Nyx as well. It's just a unfortunate set of circumstances because they need to go for these fights, but if they don't get the proper chain of initiations, this is pretty much the result.
2 sets of racks. That is the result. It's not good for IGV. I mean, we talked about it. They were in the game for the longest time, and now it feels like they are not anymore. I guess it's not over, but it certainly feels difficult to say the least, Andy.
It ain't easy, man. It ain't easy being a bearless bear at like, what, 5 minutes in? He died and then teleported, summoned a bear, died again, didn't have a bear for like 70 seconds.
Man.
That is like beyond rough.
Poor
I don't know if like... I don't know if helping him would have actually done anything, though, at the same time. Because if you're committing all these heroes to helping the Lone Druid, then the Bristleback is going to get even more farm. Like, think about how much focus they put on Envy. Speaking of, it's going in.
Savage Roar misses, and July's like, I might be in trouble. Dream Coil to come through. Impale should follow up. They have Stampede. Spike Carapace comes in. Nice. And they don't even need to use the Impale. Dogfight's trying to run from Fata. He'll just yules him and say, hey, there's a guy over here. I got him. But he does burrow away. In the meantime, Envy will chase down Super. Jaunt through. Waning Rift comes out. MSS will also find him. Another Orchid is available if they want to use it. Along with the Sprout, looks like Dogfights will fall next. And just like that, 3 dead for NP to successfully take Roshan after AUI throws up the Ice Blast and says, hey, I found some guys.
Yeah, this is probably the beginning of the end here for IGV. Unfortunate that they had to play with a stand-in and everything, but to make it this far with a stand-in just speaks volumes about how good the team actually is.
Agreed.
I mean,
Paparazzi, I think it goes a bit different.
Yeah, I don't know who would have won the series if they had Paparazzi, but all right, KYXY.
Sorry, buddy. I think you're dead again. He's pretty tanky, to be fair. He actually might live. Nice. Okay. Well, at least there's that. But again, you got to give credit to Paparazzi coming in and standing in and doing the best that he could. But Courier coming down. We're not done yet. Stampede to come through. AUI 2000 on the back line is going to get stomped up, but also Fat's getting caught by Super. Orchid coming out at Cicada. It's a lot of their damage gone. Fata Eul Scepter trying to phase shift out. In the meantime, they will find AUI 2000. However, Envy's just taking the top 2-3 tower like ain't no thing. And he's working on the racks as well, and he's pretty much unkillable. He'll pop the Blade Mail, and they're like, yeah, you could try to fight me. Good luck. The Quill Sprays are starting to stack up. And, well, with all of the heroes, they will have enough to bring him down. But, again, the focus is... he actually is going to get this range racks with the Aegis. It's insane. Fox is going to be able to phase shift and jaunt through if he needs to. It looks like he's just going to try to get out. I think he blinks away. In the meantime, he's actually on the opposite side in the base. Envy's still going to work on this racks. It looks to be Megas coming out for MP momentarily. The Epicenter is getting channeled, and it looks like they actually might be able to hold for a moment longer with it. Envy's still very tanky. My God, he actually had cheese. The Dream Coil comes out as well. They will get Fata. Envy, the Quill Sprays have been stacking up for the longest time. MSS will Orchid up Super. They might actually just wipe here, and they might not get Megas either. So MP perhaps getting a bit too aggressive. It looks like he's still trying to bring in July down.
He might have
this is
it.
insane. They actually can't kill him. It's nuts.
He's just gonna kill the Rex. Oh my god.
Ice Blast, in July needs to leave now. Stampede will come through to keep him alive. Savage Roar to come through, and that will keep this Rax alive. And there it is. The Remedy from Cicada will do the job. And as strong as Envy is, he cannot finish the job there.
That is a bristly man, if I've ever seen one. My god. That he has AC, Blade Mail, Crimson, Pipe. Doesn't even really have a health item. I mean, sure, the Treads and the Crimson give you a little bit of HP, but they're not like real health boosts. This is insanity. I really like the Bristleback against the Lone Druid too. I mean, I know on paper, like Witch Doctor and Lone Druid can be kind of good against Bristle, because you root him and then you get a free like Death Ward, and you also have the Maledict, which can make even the tankiest heroes kind of squishy. But this is like taking it to a new level. He's the highest net worth in the game by like a decent margin, even above his own team. This guy got tri-laned. Mod.
That's the scary thing. That is the scary thing when you think about Envy in this game. Yeah, KYXY, he kind of got dual land against. It didn't really go well for him, unfortunately. But they will at least have one Rax available, and that means they're not fighting against Megas yet. And the good news is they do have a Maelstrom up onto Cicada, so if we get to that point, they might be able to push some of the waves out. And they might need to start planning for that situation as well. It's kind of funny, they put Danish Bears in the same position yesterday, and now they're about to get Mega'd against and have to deal with that for potentially a long period of time. We'll see. Could just end is another thing. The game might just be over pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing a whole lot that IGV can do about this. NP just seem to be in very good form. I mean, sure, we talked about how IGV don't have their full roster, but it's not like NP are playing poorly either.
No, they are. And in July misses the stomp. They will find Pile Die, but Envy is in the front lines, and Stampede will come through, and they will not find anybody other than AUI 2000, so he doesn't get the Ice Blast off, and he's dead for 50. So already the fight's turning pretty okay for IGV. Looking for Pile Die, doesn't spike Carapace, the Impale will come out with the Searing Chains, burn him down. Working on the backlines, we'll find Dogfight. He'll Yules himself out of it, and Envy is still fighting. Waning Rift looking for Super. Dagon there. Super is probably going to fall. One more auto attack from Fada will do the job. In the meantime, they're looking for more Dream Coil on everybody. And Envy is just walking in. Stomp is there. Envy's not doing the most damage in the world. Not yet, anyway, even with the Warpath stacks. Have not been able to really right-click. KYXY's going to TP home, and so too will everybody else. I believe MSS was trying to ride it out, but MSS just TPs himself out. He's back, and now KYXY is still getting run at by Envy. That'll be a kill. Down for 77. He does have buyback. Does he have another bear is the question. He does. And they will keep, again, the game alive for IGV.
That was a really nice play from MSS, though. I think Cicada even saw him teleporting out inside of the river, so he throws out the Sleight of Fist to try to cancel the TP, but I think he either missed the Searing Chains or it wasn't up, but yeah, here come the Megas.
I believe this is Megas. Epicenter doing its best. Savage Roar comes out, and Envy's like... He actually is getting pushed away from the Rax, but Vada does so much damage that it doesn't matter. Envy absolutely taking everything they have, and he will finally get dropped. I mean, it took him a while, but they did do it. And he's down for 80. He does have buyback. We're not done yet. Again, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains coming in. Cicada. Ice Vortex. Ice Blast not there for another 8 seconds from AUI 2000, so he'll get dropped again. He just dies twice in a row, but I guess that's the life of a support AA. Something to keep in mind.
It's a rough AA game. I think that the hero is really strong in stopping an enemy team from doing 5-man Dota. Like, there's less of an incentive to 5-man if you're playing against an AA, because one Ice Blast can kind of throw a damper on your whole parade. And I think that's what NP were thinking when they first picked it, because not a lot of teams play the hero in general. So when you're doing it, you're trying to make the enemy team think a specific way as, okay, we don't want a 5-man. And it's worked out pretty well. Like, this isn't really like a death ball-y kind of team coming in from IGV.
And Kale will find KYXY, not the easiest hero to drop, even with MSS nearby. He will force himself away. And at least they're getting out of the base and dealing with his bottom lane, but now mid is pushing in, and July has to deal with that. They have an Octarine Core for Cicada. Dream Coil on Super. Winning Rifts, Dagon. Highlight Eye Impale. See you later. Oh, he's actually not dead. And it's the Nature's Wrath that does the job. Now they're looking for KYXY. Pilot Eye coming in with a Vendetta. Impale back up. Yule Scepter will go, but that's onto the bear itself, not actually to the main bear. Vendetta, Orchid. Oh, it's actually going to make it out. Ice Blast miss. Phase shift in time, and July cannot find the stomp. Echo Saber, or excuse me, Lotus Orb actually keeps an MSS pendant. It was pretty funny to see that, but he's going to be able to make it out with the Force Staff. In the meantime, Fox clears up the creep wave and dogfights. Despite Carapace as the Eul's comes out on Day in July, he hits the Impale onto both from Pylai Die. The Orchid, Dagon. Viscera coming in. Here's Sakata trying to fight this. Pylai Die will fall. Now they're still dealing with the Megas that are coming in. Vata, he gets stomped on. He's in trouble. Searing Chains. Waning Rift, he's going to get dropped. The Ice Blast will sail through, and it will hit in July and drop him. But now Sakata going to work. MSS pops the BKB. Sakata needs to run. Now he gets Orchid. Can they bring him down? The Cold Feet is there. One more auto attack will do the job. He gets stunned anyways. MSS finds himself the double. Sakata does not have buyback, even though in July uses his. And what can NP do with this now? A 3 versus 4 for the next maybe 20 seconds or so until Pylai Die is back.
Can they hold? This has now become a game of Enfos mod. This is no longer Dota 2. Unfortunately, they forgot to turn offensive spells off, so NP can still, you know, run at them. It's not great. It's not great. I think if they had like maybe a little bit more time, or I don't know. See, the Lone Druid pick seems so weird because my initial thought was they wanted a hero that was going to be able to lane successfully, and then they saw a dual lane against it, and that dual lane was going to win against Lone Druid. Like, I don't think, regardless of the player, that they would have been able to do much in that situation.
Right.
But they didn't help him. And then he just gets completely, like, owned. They kill the safe lane tower super early. And now they just have this core hero who really does need items that can't get items. And now you're just, like, playing at a deficit. It was very, very strange.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they wanted to put a lot of emphasis on Envy top lane. That's the one thing I can think of. Because they could have rotated the
But that's the
supports
one
bottom.
thing about Bristle, right? You pressure the Bristle, but what do you do if the enemy team is stacking for the Bristle? You didn't contest the stacks, right? Because Envy had, I think, 2 Ancient stacks at least.
Right.
And then he's just, like, immediately back in the game. Lone Druid doesn't have that. He can't go kill an Ancient stack. He can't kill, like, even a regular stack. He just doesn't have that capability.
Maybe, I think another thing, too, is they get those Blink Daggers. They think, okay, we can make space now for this Lone Druid for him to get farm. That's what we're kind of lacking, is that space creation. But with these Blink Daggers, we can do that. However, they got their Blinks, they didn't really find anything, right? They didn't have the... I mean, they had an Epicenter, but it did nothing from dogfights. In July, really didn't do much with his stomps either as soon as those the Blinks came out. So, I don't really know how they were going to find farm with the supports not helping AYXY, but what's done is done. He does at least have a Maelstrom now, along with the, I think, Hood of Defiance and the Maelstrom Radiance Vlads. Oh, it's actually just the cloak for KYX, but I didn't even buy the hood. But now, NP will take Roche. This will be Aegis and Cheese again. And this will probably end the game, I would assume.
Yeah, I would kind of guess as well. I mean, they've kept their tier 4s almost in perfect health. Well, now they are. They regen a little bit, so... But yeah, this could be the nail in the coffin here for IGV.
I think all NP need to do is keep the waves pushed in and then just take a fight in the base. Even if they don't get the tier 4s, they can still do a lot of structural damage. But we'll see. A lot of items coming out for NP. They have obviously the Aghanim Scepter for AUI 2000. He's had it for a while. Dagon level 5? Nope, 4 for the puck. Just level 4. Now he's working on his Hex, which he was trying to finish earlier, but decided to go with the Dagon instead. Which is pretty good because it just bursts down super pretty quickly. Super dies almost instantly in these fights. And there's the 420 gold per minute. Dang.
God, such a good talent. Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who's loved playing puck since it was in Dota 1, my goodness. That is like the greatest feeling in the world when you're snowballing on puck and you hit level 25 really fast. Get that 420 and you're just like, oh baby, let's take the game 70 minutes, you know?
Right, because you never, I guess the problem with puck was you didn't have too much of a late game situation half the time. And with 420 gold per minute now you do have that ability to get to the late game and do some stuff with it. Well, I don't want to say you didn't have a late game, but it was tough sometimes.
It was a lot harder, for sure.
Envy is getting rooted. Sakata just trying to go the best that he can. The Octarine Core doing some work, but again, he has Aegis. Ice Blast coming in, and they will lose both Sand King as well as In July on the Centaur. They will drop the Aegis, it looks like, but again, they're dealing with the creeps in the base. It really is Dota at this point. And GG is called. IG Vitality, that ends their run here at ZOTAC. NP will be moving on to the grand finals to face up against Newbie tomorrow in a best-of-5 series. All right.
I can't wait for that match, personally. That's going to be sick. Can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, they both looked really, really good.